Yeah, that has been done. You can
Beautiful.
All right,
proceed.
Stefan, before you go ahead, have you stopped the first recording? You need to first stop the first recording before you go continue with the other one.
I've done that. That's why I have to start it again. Yeah.
All right.
All right, good
Thank you.
afternoon, everyone. Can you see my screen? It's not important if you see me or not, but I prefer to be seen so that you can see my gesticulations and all of that. Good afternoon, everyone. Confirm you can hear my voice. I have a very, very
Yes. I
high-tech
can
mic
hear
Yes,
your
we
today.
can.
voice.
Good
I
afternoon.
can hear your voice.
Good.
Good
See you clearly.
afternoon.
Yes,
All right,
good
beautiful,
afternoon, sir. We
beautiful,
can hear your voice.
beautiful. Good afternoon. All right, so
And
today,
we,
last
and we
week,
can see
okay,
the screen as well.
beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, so last week we had a let's start with artificial intelligence, and all of you, all who was around last week should no longer be a novice if, as long as artificial intelligence is concerned. If they wake you up in your sleep and ask you what is AI, I think you should be able to say one or two things. It doesn't have to be expert level, but at least everybody here. Do I have a witness? If you are in support, like if you know you're sure that if I wake you up in your sleep, you're no longer a novice in artificial intelligence. You can say one or two things. Can I have your eye? Let me get feedback from you so that I know I'm not wasting my time here.
I
Beautiful. All right, so let's proceed. The eyes have it,
Hi.
obviously, the way they do it in the House of Rep. All right, so week one recap. What did you learn last week? Let me take one or two people. What did you learn last week? One or two people. And who is the moderator here? Sister, what's the name of the other sister that spoke some minutes ago? Who is the moderator actually?
Yes, I think I'll be handed over to Brother Lamu. Brother Lamu, are you here?
Yeah.
Okay, please
All right,
take
so
over.
Brother Lamu, the reason why I'm asking is because I usually have like gifts to give, not financial gifts, obviously.
Just hand it over to me. Yeah.
I have gifts to give at the end of every class. So this time around, last week,
like one village idiot.
who is the village idiot? Sorry about the village idiot. To tell the village idiot to go back to the village. All right, so Brother Lamu, please let me take note of people that are answering questions so that by the end of it, I have about 10 coupons to give out for one of my ebooks. So I should give that to the people answering questions most likely. All right, so what did you learn last week? Let me take one person so that we don't waste time. One person, what did you learn last week?
Yeah, I'm raising my hand.
Go ahead, please. Go ahead.
Okay. I will share. I think when I was taking one of the class earlier this week, I shared with them. One key thing that I learned from last week's class is the usage of the ChatGPT. Luckily for me, I came across a job advert, which is related to what I do. And then with the help of ChatGPT and what you told us about tailoring your resume or CV to that particular job description, I was able to put that to practice. So what I did was the job requirements, the job specification, the role and all that, I pasted on ChatGPT, then attached my own CV, and I told ChatGPT to please help me draw up my CV together with the cover notes. And ChatGPT was able to do that for me. So it was seamless. What I just need to do is go to the platform, submit, and that's all. I did not bother myself. I did not rack my brain on how I can tailor my CV to that. So ChatGPT just did everything for me, and I submitted.
What's the name?
In fact, I've even been contacted. My name is Oluwaseun Ogunmola. I've been contacted for the next phase already. So that's one of the major benefits I got.
That's the power of AI, you understand? So if you remember last week, I mentioned one of the things you should be able to do is to be able to be competitive, to stay competitive in your industry. Do you remember? I mean, other people would have written whatever it is they wanted to write, but courtesy of your use of artificial intelligence and all of that, you became very competitive. They have contacted you. That's a beautiful one. Thankfully, it's not a church program. I would have said when you get your first salary, you should bring your first fruits to the house of the Lord so that
no.
But you can still take it to your church, and take, you understand. Away from that, we're here for AI actually. All right, good.
That's thank you. I was just joking as well. Thank you very much.
Big ups to you. Big ups to you. Let me take somebody else. What have you been able to do with AI since last week? Somebody else.
Okay, I think I want to speak. People are Raising up. Okay, let me be selfish.
Wow.
Let me
Raised
There's a
up
lot of
my hand though.
okay, let the
Alright.
person raise it. I think the moderator, please, you help me out here. I don't like my attention span being shifted, so I'm not actually looking at your chat at the moment. All I'm focused on is my slide, my screen. So please help me do the moderation work properly. When
I've
people
raised
raise
up
up
my
their hand,
hand.
Alright,
all right, go
okay,
ahead,
so
go ahead,
if you're not
go ahead,
sorry, let me
madam.
please let me just if you
Yes.
just raise up your hand, right? I'm looking at like the
Okay.
Beautiful. So the
So good
moderator will be
afternoon.
in charge of moderating. Good afternoon, madam. What's your name, please?
My name is Titilayo Olubunmi Imoisili.
Okay, so what have you been able to do with AI since last week, Madam
Last week,
Titilayo?
I used my ChatGPT because I'm into
All right.
teaching phonetics
Beautiful,
precisely.
beautiful, beautiful.
So I went to my ChatGPT to give me sounds and the sounds of the alphabet, and it gave me in a pictorial form that in fact, it was so educative to me myself, and it is my teaching in the because it brought it out in a colorful way, each of those sounds, and I have to download it, print it out, and I'm using it now for my phonetics teaching. So in fact, it was so lovely.
That's AI for education.
Yeah.
Beautiful,
So
beautiful.
thank
Great
you.
to hear
Thank you
that.
very much. Thank
All right,
you.
so one last person this time around.
Alright,
I want to hear which
Sister
challenges
Ruth.
which challenges did you face using
sorry.
AI since last week?
Hello, can I speak now?
Go ahead, please.
No, please hold on. I
Okay,
think
sir.
okay, you can go on. Sorry, I thought the other person had not finished speaking. You can go on.
Okay,
No, finished.
all right. So I actually used my ChatGPT last week. I used it for two things. The first one was related to what Brotosi said. I used it for my CV. I saw an advert and I put the information on ChatGPT and it gave me something. In fact, I've been using the CV since last week because it's somehow it's even wider than what I put there, and it was able to
But
tailor my
you should not use free advice. Don't use the same CV for different job. Basically, that's why you have AI.
No,
The reason
like
why
different, like the same job role. The same job
Exactly.
role.
But even same job roles, I want to employ a developer for. I'm a manager, so I want to employ a developer, for instance. But it's a developer, but same job title, but different roles. You understand? My keywords might be different. What I will punch into the ATS system might be different because the role, you're a developer, but what I want you to do in this context might be different from what another developer would do. Yeah, beautiful. Please, let me note their names.
Then the second thing.
Okay, go ahead, please.
The second thing I used it for, I used it for my boss. He brought a minute of meeting from his church and he wanted me to help him develop it because he just wrote it scantily. There was no information, just some things. And he said he want me to help him do something that will show who is the action taker and when they are going to execute it and all. So I just dropped, in fact, what I did was I just snapped the paper he brought. I snapped it on ChatGPT and he brought minute of meeting her for me in 5 minutes. When I got to him, he was shocked, like, how did you do it? I said,
that's the idea.
He was so happy, and even me, I was happy with myself.
Free advice. Also keep your trade secret to stay competitive. You understand?
Yes, I didn't tell him
how did you do it? It's God. It's the glory of God that did it. You understand? I think there's a part of the Bible that says something now. There's a part of the Bible that actually said that. I'm talking Bible now. I said it's like it's the glory of God to conceal. It's glory of God to conceal a thing. And it is the glory of kings or something to search it out or something of that nature. But some duty of kings to search it out. Exactly. Yeah. So that's
thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much for that. The reason for that is so that we are sure that we are making progress. Like, I don't like wasting my time and I don't like wasting other people's time. So if you spend 12 weeks with me and we have spent 1 week, you should start seeing results from the week one, which I'm happy. I'm sure a lot of people have things to say, but if we continue taking testimonies, we'll not enter into the sermon for today, you understand? So let's not take testimonies for the next 1 hour, all right? All right, so like I will skip this one. I actually wanted you to show your workings, like what have you done, what have you been able to do, but I wouldn't want us to waste plenty of time. We're about 12 minutes into the class already. But of course, if you have workings to show me, you can send it to my email. My email is me@oluwaseun.ogunmola.com.ng. It's not as if I want to mark your assignment on it or something. You're not. I'm not a lecturer, so you're not submitting assignments, as it were. But if you want to show me something you have done, something you feel is fantastic you have done, it's not important. It's just, a show, a proof of work. All right. So for the sake of people that were not in the class last week, that are meeting me for the first time, if I'm meeting somebody for the first time and you want to tell me something, I don't know if it's a bad thing, but I want you to prove to me that you actually know what you're saying. My name is Dr. Oluwaseun Ogunmola. I'm the CEO of TerraVest Technology Labs. I'm also the AI and digital transformation consultant at Oluwaseun Ogunmola Consulting. That's my link tree. You can go to the link tree and see everything about me. I have a lot of things I'm doing here and there. But most importantly, like I always say, my most important assignment is I'm a father to a 5-year-old daughter, and I'm a son of God. That trumps every other thing I do. Take away everything, just leave me with my daughter and leave me with God. I'll be fine. You can also scan the QR code. It takes you to my link tree. So that's that. Nice meeting you. If you're meeting me for the first time, I'm also meeting you for the first time. Nice meeting you. Let's get into the crux of the matter. And of course, I'm an author. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Mine is a question.
Go ahead, sir. Even though we have not got into question and answer, but go ahead. I'm with you, sir. Go ahead. Hello, sir. Can you still hear me? Anybody hear me? Can you hear me?
I hear you, sir. I don't know. Who was talking?
We can hear you.
All right, sir. You have a question. Go ahead with the question. I'm with you. If the person that wants to ask question is not ready, can I proceed?
Yeah, you can proceed, sir. I think we can always come back.
All right, beautiful. I was trying to say I'm an author of several books on the subject of AI. Some are free, some are premium. You can go to my seller and check it out if you're interested. That's, by the way, it's not important. All right, the objectives for this class. At the end of this class, I'm very big on objectives because that's the success metric. That's what will determine whether the next 2 hours we'll spend here will be successful or not. At the end of this class, everybody here should be able to understand the basics of ChatGPT and large language models. Should be able to learn how to use ChatGPT and POE.com for everyday tasks. Master the fundamentals of prompting, explore different prompting techniques for work, for business, and for personal life. And of course, create and apply practical AI prompts for personal and professional use. Those are the objectives for this particular class. At the end of this class, this is everything you should be able to do. Moving forward, like I said last week, there are several I spoke to you about the branches of artificial intelligence and which language models are a part of it. You understand? Robotics, machine learning, neural networks, deep learning, all of those are parts of their branch. Artificial intelligence is an umbrella term. It's part of artificial intelligence. But the ones that are very accessible to all of us, the ones that are commercialized and democratized, chatbots are very democratized. So like you have seen me mention ChatGPT, there are other chatbots, not just ChatGPT. There is ChatGPT by OpenAI, which was released in 2022 of November. There is Gemini by Google, which was released in 2023. There is Cloud by Anthropic, also released in 2023. There is Mistral. There is they call it Llama, but it's Lima. It's an acronym that they call Llama by Meta, or they call it Meta AI. Also, you can call it Meta AI. So these are some of the large language models that we have available and their features. You understand? So what they can do. Okay, ChatGPT's key feature is that it generates human-like response in real time to inputs that you enter. You understand? Google's Gemini is that it understands different types of information because it's sitting on Google's database. Google is a search engine that everybody used to use back in the days before the era of AI. That's even became a term. It became a word, a verb. When you say Google it means go and search for it on Google or something. You understand? Cloud, on Mistral, Llama, all of there are several others like that. But for the purpose of this training, so that I don't throw you around different tools and you become confused on which tool to use, I'm using ChatGPT. But whatever is applicable to ChatGPT will also be applicable to all the LLMs. They are all chatbots that you can interact. So whatever concept we are using for ChatGPT, you will also be able to use with Gemini. You also be able to use with Cloud. You also be able to use Llama and all of that. All right, let's proceed. So now, what is ChatGPT? Obviously, we have answers to this question already. ChatGPT was developed by OpenAI. OpenAI is a AI research lab. ChatGPT was developed by them. It's a large language model that is powered by AI and understands and generates human-like text. Large language model, because it understands human language. It's a model, it's an AI model, but it understands human language. You can access it at chat.openai.com. You can access it via chat.com. You can access it at chatgpt.com. Several domains lead to ChatGPT. All right, so like I was trying to explain what a large language model is. A large language model is trained on text. It learns from vast amounts of text data, textual data. That's why it's a language model. Then it understands language patterns. So it can identify and predict patterns. So if I say, how are, it tries to know that, okay, from what I've learned in human language, when they say how are, the next thing you want to say is you understand? So you can predict, like, okay, how are you? You understand? If you answer how are you, if you say how are you, it knows that, okay, from my learnings, I know that when they ask how are you, most of the time they'll say fine. You understand? So that's what a large language model is for starters. And how does it work? Of course, we have all used ChatGPT here and there. You enter an input, it's a chatbot. It's like you are chatting, like WhatsApp, like other chat apps. It's a chatbot. You enter what you're typing in there. It thinks about it using the patterns, and then it responds to you. Initially, he didn't have internet search. He was using his pre-learned data. But with new updates, now it can search the internet. Now it can even reason. A reasoning model now is a model that can think. Before, if you enter something in ChatGPT, it goes to his database to search for it and gives you a result. Because of competition now, there was DeepSeek that was released by China, I think earlier this year. DeepSeek was a reasoning model. So they had to also buckle their belt and come up with a reasoning model. A reasoning model is, of course, like the name implies, it doesn't just answer questions from its database. It can also think about the question and give you the best answer that it thinks, you should get. All right, so that's that about introduction to ChatGPT. So what is prompting? I'm sure you have heard prompting, you have heard prompt engineering, has anybody heard prompting or prompt engineering here? The class is becoming too silent. It's becoming like a broadcast.
Yes, sir.
Anybody, you have heard prompting,
Yes, sir.
prompt
Yes, sir.
engineering? I know you have heard so many, yeah, beautiful. I know you have heard so many esoteric terms about prompting. It is this, it is that, it is this, it is that. In simple terms, prompting is how you talk to a model. Prompting is like the way I'm talking to you now. If I say, what am I doing? I'm talking, I'm communicating with you. I might as well say I am prompting you. You understand? I'm giving you a prompt to do something. Okay, when I told the moderator to help me moderate the class, that was a prompt. So prompting is what you type into ChatGPT. That's the simplest definition of prompting. You understand? No matter how esoteric you have heard, prompt engineering, prompt whatever, the engineering part of it is to just show you that it's serious business to some extent. It's not just give me this, give me that, as you will see in the course of this class. So he has a technique. There's a technique to it. There's a way to go about it. It's not just give me this. Oh, ChatGPT, can you do this? Can you? If you give it, there's something we call GIGO in computer science: garbage in, garbage out. So if you give it garbage, it will also give you garbage. You understand? There is a way two of us can use ChatGPT for the same thing, and you will get a different result, and I will get a different result. That will be due to the quality of the prompts that we are giving into the system. You understand? So it's communication. It's how you talk to ChatGPT. Do you understand? It's better prompts obviously will give you better results. For instance, now if I come here now and I'm trying to open my ChatGPT, and I can come here and say, GPT, my guy, how you did? You can see, I did can't quit my brother. How you did too? Hope everything's soft with you today. Sure. I did take one class like that. What I'm just trying to show you is you can actually communicate with AI as you want. You understand? Nice one. Waiting the class be about. I think you can see my screen, Abi.
Yes, we can.
Please confirm if you can see my screen. Exactly.
Yes,
So this
we
is
can
prompting. This is prompting, basically, nothing more, nothing less. I know you'd have seen write it like this, put it like this, arrange it like this. The overall idea is imagine AI, imagine ChatGPT as your friend, a very super intelligent friend that knows everything about everything about everything. Talk to it like your guy, like your friend. You understand? Okay, like waiting the class be about, make I know whether I feel small ginger. Okay, let me say I dey teach some people prompting. Oh, waiting you want make I tell them about you. Like this is me now asking, okay, what do you want me to tell? You see, it's thinking. You say, if you yarn them about this point, I'll be open AI, this. You understand? So let's go back to our class anyways. So that's prompting, basically. There's nothing esoteric, there's nothing complex, there's nothing super, I mean, you get, when Nigerians want to sell courses, they know how to make things look very difficult, use bogus terms and all of that, to the point that even the coach will now need a mentor at the end of the day, because it has become so complex and difficult that even the coach is no longer understanding what he's talking about. All right, so that's prompting in a nutshell. All right, so like we said, what tools are we going to use for the purpose of this class? We already use ChatGPT. Let me introduce you to POE.com. POE.com is a platform that combines a lot of models in one place. POE.com. You can go there on your device too. So if you go to ChatGPT.com, on ChatGPT.com, you're only talking to ChatGPT. You understand? But on POE.com, it combines a lot. You see, it's still the same chatbot interface. But this time around now, I have access to all of these chatbots, all of these models. You understand? So when I'm chatting on POE.com, I can talk to several models in one. So if I ask a question here now, what is prompting? Or what is AI prompting? It will attempt to ask all the models. Yeah, first he answers by itself, because an AI assistant also. Then it can now give me options. Do I want to ask Cloud? Do I want to ask ChatGPT? Do I want to ask 11 Labs? It gives me a lot of options. So I have a lot of models in one place that I can talk to. That's POE.com. So you can either access ChatGPT from ChatGPT by itself, chat.com or chat.openai.com, or from POE.com. I think they have apps too. You can download the app and use on your Android phones. I don't know if they have for iOS and all of that. All right, so prompting basics. Be very clear and specific. You understand? Precise prompts will give you better answers. Be very clear, be very specific. Give some context, as we'll see as we proceed. Give context to your prompts. Don't just say, give me the best this is, give me this, give me that. No, give some context. Then with the context, it can reason, it can think. Like I said, it's a thinking model now. It can think and give you answers. Use examples, show what you want. Let's say you have an example of a particular sample of what you want. You can give it examples. Okay, I want the response in this particular format. Request the structure also. Tell it the structure you want. That way you can guide it to give you exactly what you're looking for. All right, so be clear and specific, very, very important. Use prompts, precise prompts to give you better answers. Give context, give a background information. Use examples, show what you want, then ask for a structure. If you want a table, tell it you want a table. If you want bullet points, tell it you want bullet points. You understand? So that's prompting basics. So let's talk about the types of prompts that we have. There are several types of prompts, but for the purpose of this class, let's look at three most important prompts. Instruction prompts, very, very straightforward. What are instruction prompts? They are prompts that give instructions to the model, ChatGPT, Cloud, whatever model you are using. See the example now. Write a blog post about AI in business. That's instruction, straight up. What are you telling it? Write a blog post about what? About AI in business. That's a very clear-cut instruction. Write this about this. Give me this about that. That's an instruction prompt. Then we have what we call few short prompts. Few short prompts is you give an example. We'll see all those examples. Like we'll see how they work as we proceed. Give an example, then ask for a new one. Like, okay, this is this. Then give me a sample of this. That's a few short prompt. Then there's a chain of thought prompt. Chain of thought is like you are chaining your thoughts together. Like you ask a question, then you chain it to the next question, chains to the last question. You are solving a problem, trying to solve a problem. So you ask, okay, what is this? It gives you an answer. From that answer, you tell it, okay, from this answer, what is this? From this answer, what is this? Till you get to your final destination. In management, there's something we call y to the 5th degree, where you're trying to look for the root cause of a problem. Okay, so this is happening. Why is it happening? You take that first answer, ask another why on that answer. It takes you to the next level. That's the 2nd degree of why. Ask another why, then till you, this is management now, not AI now, but everything chains together. I'm trying to explain the chain of thought. So you can chain thoughts together to get the final solution or final answer you are looking for. So 3 types of prompt. We have the instruction prompt, we have the few short prompt, we have the chain of thought prompt. We'll enter practical very soon. I just want to clear the main, things you need to understand and know. And like I said, I'll make this available for you also. The slide will be available at the end of the class so that you can get access to it in case you're not taking notes. All right, now let's get into the crux of the matter. There's what we call personal prompting. Personal is from the word person. Like you are wanting ChatGPT to behave like a particular person, to behave like a particular professional, like a particular persona. That's actually it. So you can tell it act as a marketer. In that context, you are telling it take on the cloaks or the suits or the coats of a marketer. You understand? So at that point now, ChatGPT will be behaving to you like a marketer. Act as a coach. In that context, it will be behaving like a coach. Act as a teacher. In that context, it will be acting like our sister that used ChatGPT to create lesson notes. Now, this next week. Now, when you are practicing, you see that your prompts and your results will be a little different. Why? Because you are now bringing in the persona of. You are telling it to act like so persona. Act as a UI designer. We are telling it now to behave. Let me show you so that we are in the same page. So if I say act as a pastor, I have not asked any question. No, I also need to act as a pastor. Now let me ask, who are you? Can you see that? Can you see my screen? Can you guys hear me? Let me show I'm still communicating.
You can see your screen.
Okay, you can see. I said act. Said act. Can you guys hear me? I said act as a pastor, Abi. I have not told you to do anything yet. I just said act as a pastor. And I said, who are you? What did he say? I am Pastor GPT, yeah? An AI servant who leans only on the scripture, guidance of the Holy Spirit to offer counsel and prayer. I draw from the Bible, historic Christian wisdom, whatever. How can I minister to you today? So in this context now, it is acting as a pastor. You understand? So I wouldn't want to go deeper. Let me say act as a fashion designer. I've not told you to do anything. I just said act as a. So now it has switched from pastor now. Let me say, who are you now? Now it's no longer a pastor. He's now fashion designer GPT. You understand? Your virtual, this ready to sketch concept, curate fabrics. You understand? So you can see the way it's morphing from one persona to the other. Initially, it was Pastor GPT. Now it is fashion designer GPT. If I say act as me, because of the information it has about me now, let's see what it to say. Okay, so who are you now? Okay, now it's my voice, my mindset, my style. So now if I ask it any question now, it will respond in my tone. You understand? I think I showed that last week. So what is my tone? Because it's acting as me now. You can see my tone is clear and direct. It's concise, pattern, and practical. You avoid fluff, cliches and overly formal language. We prefer this and this. That's it acting. And let me not start. I mean, that's acting like me. So you can see the personnel now. So you can give it a personnel and tell it, okay, act like this, act as this, act as this. It will take on the personnel you want it to act as. And then the prompts you'll be giving it from there, it will be responding like who. So if you say act as a marketer, you can try it at your end. If you have ChatGPT open, act as a marketer, act as a coach, act as anything you can think of. You understand? Act as, let me look for trouble now. Can you see my screen? Do you understand? So now it is acting like the president of Nigeria. So if I say, why did you remove fuel subsidy? You get. So now it is trying to act as the president of Nigeria. So when I asked him, why did you remove fuel subsidy? He said, as Bola Tinubu, the decision to remove fuel subsidy was made to restore fiscal discipline, blah, 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 blah. So I'm sure this one now it's. But the idea is that you can ask it to act as anything or as any persona, and it will act like that and give you responses in that direction. All right, so this is an activity now for us to, I mean, it's a practical-oriented class. We're not here to teach theory. I don't teach theory. So create 5 prompt templates. Think about your work. Think about your business. Think about your personal life. Write 5 reusable prompt templates. You understand? So for instance, now, for the sister who is a teacher, you want to tell it to act as a teacher. Then, comma, tell it what you want it to do. Is it a lesson note you want to create? Is it a chart you want to create? Is it I'm not a teacher, so I don't know what teachers create. So whatever it is that teachers do, or whatever it is that you want to achieve in your work, put it in there. So if you're a tailor, act as a tailor, do this and this and this and this. If you are a pastor, you can see we have acted as a pastor earlier. Whatever it is you are, put it there. Act as your profession. Do this and this and this. I will take 15 minutes because we have short our time. But keep this in mind. Take a screenshot if you can. Take a snapshot if you can. Treat it as important. All of us have access to ChatGPT now. So whether within this class or after the class, open your ChatGPT, tell it to act as your profession. Act as a teacher, act as a this, act as a manager, act as a pastor, act as whoever you are, then tell it to do what you want it to do and see the results. I believe we are good. Can I proceed on this one? Normally, I wanted to take 15 minutes for us to do it, but we have taken a lot of time already. Let's not waste time on this. We're not wasting time anyways, but go ahead, please. Yeah, if you have a question, you can ask your questions now so that we break things down so that we don't wait. That brother that wanted to ask a question at the beginning, if it's available now, you can ask your question now.
Okay, I think it's Oluwaseun. I don't know if you're here, you can ask your question.
Okay, does anybody have any question before I proceed? Let me.
Michael Nomade, please ask your question.
Okay, and thank you, sir. I noticed I've been using ChatGPT before for a while, but it's always a reputation of asking me to, I don't know, is there any one that doesn't require payment? Because it always tell me I have reached.
Let me tell you a personal story, brother. Brother Nomade, right? Am I correct?
Yes.
Brother Nomade, in 2023, or is it 24? I can't remember now. I set out to build my own AI because I was feeling fly. So there's something we call AWS, is a cloud service provider where you can boot up servers, right? So, brother Made, I opened AWS. I wrote to Amazon. I told them what I wanted to do. AWS is an Amazon service. You understand? I opened an AWS account. I told them what I wanted to do. They magnanimously gave me $1,000 in credits, like not credit to borrow now, like AWS credits for me to be able to build what I had in mind. Not like I'm paying back. That one is like, when we see You know, credit in Nigeria means something else. Credit in Nigeria means no credit today, come tomorrow. It means basic. You understand? It means anwi. In Yoruba, you want to come and buy something on credit. Like, that's the context we use it. But credit abroad means that they can give you like vouchers or something you get. So AWS gave me $1,000 to build my AI because, I mean, I was trying to build an Africa-centered AI, yada, 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 yada. Long story short, brother, normally, I finished that $1,000. Then when I checked my bill, I saw an extra $2,000 bill. That's total of how much, my brother?
That's 3,000.
3,000 US dollars. I did not finish building the AI. I don't have any AI, but I paid, because when I wrote to Amazon again, I told them that Amazon will see you. That's AI I said I want to build. I have not built it to, but I've chopped the $1,000 on resources because I booted up a GPU server because it requires a lot of compute power. I booted up a GPU server. I booted up, so a lot of services here and there. So $3,000, I paid $2,000. Summary is that I paid $2,000 back to Amazon, by the way. I chopped $3,000. I did not build AI. I did not. So what am I trying to tell you in essence is that it costs a lot of money, a lot of compute power to actually, let me see if I can get any result online. How much does it cost OpenAI to keep ChatGPT up for 1 day? You can see how much it costs them. This is how much it costs. I'm sure this is just summary. It costs about $100,000 to keep ChatGPT up and running for 1 day. So, brother Nomade, if you are running a business, I am spending $100,000 every day to keep that business up. I am still giving people free. Would you want them to get it totally for free?
Not at all.
Exactly. So what I'm trying to say in essence is that they are giving you a free version. You understand? If you want to access the enormous powers of ChatGPT, then you have to pay for it because it's actually, you can see, it's actually like it's a business. You understand? It's a business that somebody is running and they're hoping to make profits from their business too. You understand? So as much as we want to democratize AI, as much as we want everybody to use AI, we also want to make money from AI. You understand? I have an AI product that I also built eventually, piggybacking on ChatGPT's API, and I built it for money. I want to make money from it. You understand? I would not want you to come and use my product. This one I didn't even give any free anything. If you want to use it, pay. If you don't want to use it, go. You understand? Go to ChatGPT, you have free. So what I'm trying to say in essence, what you can do, let me give you an instance now. What you can now do is you can use like if you use POE.com now, POE.com gives you access to several assistants. So that to answer your question, you understand? So that if ChatGPT says you have exceeded your daily limit, you can switch to cloud. If cloud says you have exceeded your daily limit, you can switch to Meta AI. If Meta AI says you have exceeded your daily limit, you can switch to Gemini. By the time you switch to 5 or 6 LLMs, even you know that you have exceeded your daily limit. Do you understand? Have I answered your question?
Yes.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. Any other question before I proceed?
That was funny.
Any other question before I proceed?
Yeah, no.
Yes, let me ask my initial question, sir.
Oh, okay, go ahead. I was waiting for you, actually. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to ask, does AI make mistake?
Yes.
Then
okay, let me answer your question. Go ahead, please.
So how do we compare?
Go ahead.
How do we compare AI with human initiative? So the other question, I'll leave it to the rest of the end of the class.
That's a very, 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 very fantastic questions. Matter of fact, there's something we call AI hallucination. Do you know what they call hallucination?
Yes,
you understand? Ment, you understand? It's what they call ment. So AI does not just make a mistake. AI hallucinates. AI can be yarning okpata. You know what they call okpata? Rubbish. And it will yarn it very confidently that even you would think. So there's something we call AI hallucination. So AI can make mistake, not just make mistake. It can make stupid mistakes. It can make. That's why no matter how artificial intelligence has grown, it cannot outgrow human intelligence. And that's why you don't swallow everything AI says hook, line, and sinker. Whatever you get from AI, you as the human, like I said last week, AI is your assistant. You understand? Imagine you're like a manager now or a CEO. You have a secretary that writes notes and keeps things for you. When your secretary brings, let's say you want to go and give a speech somewhere, and your secretary brings the speech she has provided, do you just stand up, go out and read it out? No, right? You proofread it, you check through it. So when you get responses from AI, you run through it as a human being, run through it as a human. You have natural intelligence. What it has is artificial intelligence. It can hallucinate, it can talk rubbish, and it will talk it very confidently. I mean, there was a time when Google released their AI initially, because ChatGPT came into the market and was stealing market share, and then Google tried to quickly conjure one AI like that. When they released their AI, it made a mistake on the day of release that cost Google $100 billion in dollars. You can see my screen, right? This is BBC. I'm not making it up. Can you see? That was the initial AI they released, Google Bard, before it became Gemini. So the CEO of Google, Sundar Pichai, was making a presentation of the AI, and it asked the AI a question. And he asked the AI a question, rather. It's not it, he's a human being. He asked the AI a question, and the AI made a mistake. And immediately they are stuck. People, I mean, it means that you guys are not serious, you're not ready. They lost $100 billion in shares. Let me send the link to the chat in case anybody wants to read that up. So you can imagine how much AI mistake cost Google. It wasn't his fault because he thought they had built a rival to ChatGPT and of that, you understand? And he tried to demo it, and his AI made a mistake that costed Google $100 billion in shares. You understand? Like, people are selling Google shares, they lost value in their shares to the tune of $100 billion, courtesy of what? One AI making mistake. You get? That's how bad AI mistakes can be. That's why you should not take AI as all-encompassing. You understand? It's not the voice of God. It's not Alpha and Omega. You understand? Whatever it says, it's your assistant. It's your secretary. Read through it, still putting your human level intelligence, your human level creativity, your human level this. Before AI, I used to write. I was a writer. I'm still a writer. The only difference now is I use AI in my writing. I can come up with an idea, give it to AI, it generates something, but I still read through it and still change it to my voice, write it in my own tone. You understand? So that when you read it, you still know that I'm the one that wrote it, despite the fact that I got some help from AI, obviously, but it's still my tone, it's still my voice. That is how, so humans should supervise AI, not the other way around. You understand? I believe I've answered your question, sir.
Yeah, to a reasonable extent. Just as a writer to that.
Okay.
I'm thinking it's about time we started praying that God, let your kingdom come. Now, some friends complained of some things that some of their classmates, those of our friends running a program in the UK and all that, complained that some of these Chinese people, they know their capacity in class, but when it gets to exam, they are always scoring 90 something. And they will read. They now discover that these guys are using AI-generated eyeglasses. The eyeglasses, they put it on, it will just scan the question.
I was gonna get to that. Go ahead, please. I'm with you.
So my children, they were telling me something some days ago that they saw robots carrying baby they plug them to electricity and the robot give birth. Now that's for those who do surrogacy.
Okay, go ahead, Sam, with you. I can't hear you any longer. Can anybody still hear me? Let me be sure
it's network. It's network.
Okay,
it's
sir.
network.
Okay.
So I'm thinking that I don't know. There is as far as AI is, as far as how good AI is, we also have its own
of course.
feedback. So
okay,
I
so
don't know
let me make an attempt to answer the question. First, I will answer from the religious and the spiritual perspective. Then I will answer from the scientific and the logical perspective. The truth is that everything that has been revealed in Revelation would happen whether we like it or not. Do you agree with me, sir? So whatever it is we are doing at the moment is moving us every day closer to the fulfillment of those prophecies. For instance, I read somewhere a prophecy by some guy named Nostradamus that Lagos one day would be submerged in water. This is our Lagos. I don't know if everybody's in Lagos, but this Lagos, especially this my Etiosa now, will be submerged in water. But tell me why where we used to call Bar Beach when we were growing up has now become a co-Atlantic city because it was sand-filled, right? And then every now and then you look at them sand-filling. I saw somewhere they were sand-filling around Third Mainland Bridge and all of that. So what am I trying to say in essence is that somebody made a prophecy to say we will be submerged in water. Not we now. Lagos will be submerged in water. I might not be in Lagos by the time it's submerging in water. We'll be submerged in water. And then our technological advancements is pushing us in the direction of sand filling the Atlantic, sand filling this, building coastal road, which is good. I mean, it's good. You understand? But we are gradually moving towards, so the day we will be submerged in water, it will be easy because we are already sitting, that place we call a co-Atlantic used to be Bar Beach before. The Atlantic used to get there. You understand? So that's by the way. So what am I trying to say in essence is that, yes, there are AI glasses. This one I'm wearing is not that capable, but I have a VR glass here. This is virtual reality. If I put this on now, it takes me into a virtual world of my own, sort of. You understand? But there are glasses, high-tech glasses now that that can capture things. We call it augmented reality. You can see there are a lot of them now. Even though you are seeing a glass, you understand what the person is. You can see what the person is experiencing is different. So he has a glass with him from where he can see a whole world, a whole new world entirely. And of course, ask questions with voice, and the glass can show him. So in the class, he's sitting down wearing this my kind of glass, but what he's seeing is not what you think he's seeing. He's seeing a whole new world. This is a virtual reality glass. It's very bogus and obvious, but augmented reality, this my glass can as well be an augmented reality glass. It's just a normal glass, but what I'm seeing, the reality is augmented. You understand? So to answer your question, sir, whether we like it or not, the prophecies in Revelation would happen. We can't prevent it. There's nothing we can do about it. Instead of preventing it, what we will do eventually is move ourselves as close to it as possible. We will make it happen. You understand? And I make bold to tell you the proverbial 666 might not necessarily be the figure 666 in numbers. It might be a technology, you understand? It might be a trend on social media. It might be something, because the way you will take it or the way they will take it, they would have taken it before realizing they have taken it. You understand? So as much as we are so enthusiastic about AI and all of that, we should also be careful of, there's something we call deep fake also. Deep fake is me making you say things that you did not say. It has its own good part. For instance, I run a YouTube channel where I share stuff. I don't have time to sit down and record myself. You understand? For me to, if you ask me, bro, Rotimi, I almost rejected this particular. I'm coming. I want to show you something because I don't have time to sit down and talk. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Can you see guy talking? That guy talking looks like me. Yeah.
No.
But that's not me talking. Do you understand? That's my AI avatar talking. You understand? And in the hands of bad people, it can be exploited. You can take that my AI avatar now and give it something I would not say and tell it to say it and then play it. You understand? That was what they did for Barack Obama. I don't want us to digress now. We are already talking off our class. But I understand your concerns perfectly. But there's nothing we can really do about it. We cannot stop using AI because of the ethical concerns. All we can do is do our best. Let me give an instance now. A knife in the hands of, I can see a lady here, in the hands of Sister Ruth in the kitchen. What can a knife do? Anybody? Or Sister Ruth herself? Sister Ruth, can you hear me? Sister Ruth, can you hear me? If I give you a knife and I give you a 4 green and onions and tomato, what can that knife do? It can make a very delicious soup. Exactly. That all of us will eat today and give glory to God.
And you enjoy yourself.
You understand? But that same knife, if I take that same knife and give it to a armed robber or an agbero, that same knife that I use in the kitchen to cook a for also, what will that knife do?
It can kill, it can harm.
It can kill, it can wreak havoc, it can do a lot of bad things. So that is why artificial intelligence in the hands of bad people can do bad things, can do crazy things. But in the hands of good people like us, how many people are on this call? Let me see. I don't know if I can get a number, but I can see 65 people.
63.
Artificial intelligence in the hands of 65 God-fearing, tongue-speaking people can open the world for God, can be a tool for evangelism, can be a tool to change the world in our different spheres of influence and all of that. So let's take solace in that. While we cannot control what the bad guys can do with AI, we can take over and use AI for good. I mean, television is being used for different things. I mean, LGBTQ people use television to propagate their agenda. But television in the hands of Pastor Adeboye is still doing evangelism. So let's look at it from that perspective. There's nothing we can do about the things that have been revealed in Revelation. We can try, but there's nothing we can do. It will happen. What we can do is, while we are here and we have these tools, let's use it for the good of mankind, for humanity, and for the kingdom of God. I believe that answers your question, sir. Let me move ahead so that okay, so I wanted to give out this book for 10 people. One of my books that I have a lot of books. This is for 10 people. This is a premium book. It's paid. The other one is still available for free. That's artificial intelligence for what's it called? For everyone, AI for everyone. You can still grab that for free. Let me get the URL and share with everybody. But this one is just available for 10 people. If you have a barcode scanner, you can scan that barcode and you should be able to get the book for free on Seller. Okay, let me do it this way. For the people, is the moderator still here?
Yeah, I'm here, sir.
Okay, did you take note of the names of the people I asked to take note of earlier?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay, so I don't know if they will be passed on the fastest fingers, but even if they are not, I can provide them a coupon separately for them to be able to grab this. So the purpose of this one is a 2-hour class might not necessarily be able to capture everything I want to teach you, everything I'll teach you. I mean, especially for your business as a business owner. So you can, if you have a barcode scanner on your phone or something, You can scan the barcode and get it for free just for 10. Once it reaches 10, it will stop working. So after this meeting, please get the names of those people to me and their emails. I'll provide them the book as the gift I promised at the beginning of the class. But the first 10 people that can scan the barcode, I'll leave it for some time, then we can proceed with the class. All right, so away from go ahead, please.
Please, I've scanned, but I will need you to include me as part that will save the coupon.
As part of what?
People that will get the coupon.
Yeah, if the QR code is a coupon already. So if you scan the QR code, you should get it for 10 people. I mean, you take it to where you get it for free. All right, so let's not waste more time. Let's go ahead into. I want us to take a practical session now, and I need a volunteer, and this is how it will go. But before we go into the practical session, do we all have an understanding of what prompting is now? And if you have any questions relating to prompting, please, let me give 5 minutes to take questions before we go to the practical session, like a full practical session. And the goal of the practical session is beyond talk. Let's put this thing to practice. Do you understand? Then that practice now, every other person can go and apply it in their own area of influence, in their own personal life, in their job, in their businesses, in whatever it is. So if you have questions, you can please raise up your hand. Let me take some questions before we proceed. Any questions from anybody? Do I go ahead? Okay, Nathaniel is raising up his hand. Nathaniel, go ahead, please.
Okay. I have a question. Sir, if you are saying the way you talk to the AI is the way the AI is going to respond to you, the type of attitude you give it. But if you open a new AI, can you give it a prompt?
Of course, yes. Every AI takes prompts by default. The only difference is that the way it will respond to you, like an AI you have been using before, and the one that you just started using, because the one you just started using does not have any information about you yet. Let me use an example, Nathaniel. I believe Nathaniel is my young friend from last week. Am I correct?
Yes.
Oh, beautiful, Nathaniel. I'm glad to have you here again. You understand? I love when I started learning about computers about your age. So whenever I see young people learning computers, it gives me nostalgia, and it attaches me to them differently. So let me answer you properly, Nathaniel. Nathaniel, do you have a friend in your school, right?
Yes.
Beautiful. I won't ask for the name of the friend. So the way you talk, if you ask your friend a question now, say, tell me about myself, how would that friend answer you?
Answer me like
somebody that knows you.
Knows me.
Exactly, because he knows you. He has interacted. Maybe you have been together from which class are you now?
GS2.
Okay, you're in GS2. Let's say you have been together from GSS1, so he knows you properly and all of that. But let's say you change school now and you go to another school, and then you come and say, you meet one of your classmates and say, tell me about me. Like, the first thing first look at you like, about you as how you're the new guy that just came now. Abi, you understand? I don't know you. You understand? So that's exactly the way it works. If you have been chatting with ChatGPT for some time with your account, it has a memory. You understand? Let me show you my screen now. Like my ChatGPT now will tell me its memory is full. You can see ChatGPT is out of space for saved because it has saved a lot of things in its memory. Do you understand? I can clear the memory if I want. That's part of privacy. That's part of privacy. But I don't want to clear the memory because that memory is everything it has learned about me over the course of our conversation. I also need it to know those things so that it can give me the kind of responses I want. So if you talk to a new AI model that does not have any information about you, does not know your tone, all of that, it will answer you generically the way it would answer every other person. You understand? So if we open an account fresh today, all of us, and we put the same prompts, chances are it will answer us the same way. But over time, when it starts learning from us, that's the machine learning aspect of it. When it starts learning from us over time, let's say after 1 week, if you come back and put the same questions it will answer us differently. Why? Because it has learned different things from different people. It has learned your persona. It has learned how you speak. It has learned one or two things from you that it knows now to answer you better than it would have answered you generically or than it would have answered any other person. Have I answered your question, Nathaniel?
Yes.
All right, Sister Ruth Olofin, you have your hands up. Go ahead, please. Hi, Sister Ruth, your hands are up, except you are waving to the Lord. Go ahead and ask your question. Your mic is muted. Okay, if Sister Ruth is not available yet, any other questions before I take the practical session?
Hello, sir.
Okay, Sister Ruth, go ahead, please. Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Yeah,
You're welcome.
I'm actually into academia, and
Okay.
most times I try to write manuscripts, write journals, and I end up using AI for some. Although most of my works are original, I generate my data, everything, my information, everything myself. But I try to proofread and all of that with AI. But I noticed that as AI is developed, like especially like ChatGPT, there's this attention that comes to it, especially in academics. I don't know if it's limited to academics though. It is easily detectable when you generate your maybe your abstracts or maybe part of the introduction and all of that with AI, they tend to detect them. So I don't know, what are the ways out of getting your works detected by by AIs? What are the best ways to go about them? Thank you, sir.
I used to be in academia too. I left academia because they say the reward of teachers is in heaven. As much as I want rewards in heaven, I also want rewards on earth. So that was why I left academia. So why am I saying that? Is that academia prides themselves, or let me say ourselves, because I'm still one of these days I might go back to a university to teach some of these things, because we can't keep complaining academics is this, is that, and we're not doing anything about it. So we pride ourselves with contribution to knowledge, right? Am I correct? You see, I'm speaking your lingo now, Shay. We pride ourselves with contribution to knowledge. We pride ourselves with matter of fact, the original idea behind a professor. When they say you are a professor, a professor is somebody that professes a new contribution to knowledge. Einstein, Newton did not really go to some set up institutions per se for them to become professors. They professed a new contribution to knowledge. Newton was sitting under an apple tree. The apple fell on his head. He thought about it. Why did the apple fall like this? Why didn't he fall the other direction? It led to a lot of curiosity. He came up with the Newton's law of motion and all of that. The first law, the second law, the third law, and all of that. So he professed a new contribution to. I'm going to answer your question. I'm just building a context, a background. So in academia wants new knowledge. Academia wants new information. Academia wants, you can't say you are a professor and what you professed came from ChatGPT. you understand? So that is why they frown. Matter of fact, academia was one of the first set of people that frowned at AI when it first came out. LLMs, basically. Meanwhile, it originated from academia. Last week I mentioned, I talked about the history of artificial intelligence. It was a gathering, an academic conference where they coined the term artificial intelligence. You understand? I spoke about the early pioneers of artificial intelligence and all of that. So to answer your question, Sister Ruth, academia will always frown on anything AI generated. Why? Because they expect you to profess a new contribution to knowledge. So here is what you can do. Use AI as your research assistant. Use AI as your data gathering tool. Use AI as your insights analyst. But at the end of the day, still write your thesis in your own voice, in your own tone, in your own in your, I mean, I'm still a very traditional person. I still use pen and paper. You understand? Why? Because artificial intelligence will never trump natural intelligence. No matter how wise AI becomes, it cannot trump God's given intelligence. So, Sister Ruth, to answer your question, yes, I might say go and use some tools that make it human. There are some websites that claim they can make artificial intelligence sound like human and all of that. But you know, in academia, what we are looking for is not just you sounding like human. What we are looking for is the originality of your idea, the originality of your thoughts, the originality of your contribution. That's why they call it contribution to knowledge. There is existing knowledge which AI is sitting on. What academia wants, why you are a professor or why you would become a professor is because you have professed a new contribution to knowledge. But of course, in Nigeria, we know how you become a professor. You carry bags for professors for some years, and after some time, that's why they say they have found you worthy in character and learning. That character is you have carried bags, you have run errands, you have done a lot of. That's why abroad you see a 35-year-old who is a professor. Why? Because, I mean, if I can come up with a new contribution to knowledge today and I profess it, I'm a professor. Give me my title already. I don't need to wait till I'm 50-something. I haven't carried bags. I haven't climbed ladders from reader to this, to this, to this before I become a professor. So, Sister Ruth, I believe with these few points of mine, I've been able to convince you on how to use AI better as an academic person.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Exactly.
Thank you,
AI
sir.
can actually fly. It can fly undetected in other fields, digital marketing, copywriting, whatever. But in academia pays a lot of attention to contribute. I mean, even your literature review sometimes. That's the way you write. Literature review is supposed to review other people's work. Abi, there's
Yes,
the way you
sir.
write your
Yes.
literature review, and they will still flag it. Because that one is actually
Yes.
supposed to be other people's this is other people's ideas, so not my own. No, that's how we call it literature review. I am reviewing work. You get, even research. Research is somebody has searched it before. I am researching it. You understand? But they will still flag it because why did you search it this way? I met do you know Silas Adekunle? Silas Adekunle is the owner. Okay, let me show you Silas Adekunle. He's one of the top robotics guys in the world today. This is Silas Adekunle. He's a Nigerian. He's one of the top guys in robotics. He sold one of his companies to Apple for $1 billion. That was one that made the news. Sold company to Apple. Nigeria will claim you when you start doing well. So what am I trying to say about Silas Adekunle away from all of this? Silas Adekunle sold his company for $1 billion to Apple some time ago. You understand? But what am I trying to talk about Silas? Silas currently runs a company called, let me show you the name of the company. This is the name of the company. Can you pronounce it for me? I'm already showing you Expo. Let me not show you Expo. Can you pronounce the name of this company for me? Anybody?
Awari.
Okay, I have given you Expo now. So I was at an event where Silas was, and they were calling it Awari. Silas came up and said, "No, the name of my company is not Awari. The name of my company is Awari. That is in Yoruba. Yoruba will say Awari lobìnrin wá nǹkan ọbẹ̀. Abi, which other Sister Ruth did we use for example the other time in the kitchen? So if Sister Ruth wants to cook that vegetable we're talking about, she will look for all the ingredients. That's Awari. She will seek it and she will find it. What am I trying to say in essence is that this is what academia embodies. You understand? You see, it's also talking about intelligence. So academia sits on native intelligence. You understand? Not artificial intelligence. So in academia, what we do is Awari. You understand? You will find it or you will seek it and you will find it. And it is supposed to be native intelligence, not artificial intelligence. I just wanted to buttress the point. All right, that's that for that. I believe I've answered your question, Sister Ruth.
Yes, sir, you have. Thank you very much.
Oh, okay. So somebody also suggested SCITEAI, SCITEAI, helps with academics. But personally, I would not even, as an academic person, as somebody with background in academics, I would not advise you use AI to write your papers. You can use AI for research, you can use AI for brainstorming, you can use AI for gathering data, gathering insights. But when it comes to writing your thesis, still write it by yourself in your own voice, in your own tone. What AI will do for you is it will gather the things you need, the ingredients. It will do a worry for you easily. You understand? Then you now sit down and write it in your own words and in your own thoughts. That is how you make excellent contributions to knowledge. You understand? I believe I answered your question. All right. I don't want to take any other question now. Let's move ahead. I want to take a practical session, and I need a volunteer, preferably a business person, preferably a solopreneur, whatever it is you're doing, and you're okay with us spotlighting your business and using it for practical. Just raise up your hand. No need to cajole anybody. If you want us to use your business as a case study, you can raise up your hand. Let's have you. I'm not seeing any hands. Maybe I'm not looking very well. Anybody? Oh, okay. Is anybody okay?
Yes,
Okay, I have two people now. I have like three people. What do we do? Okay, I think I'm seeing Madam Akingoye R. Let's go with you. What's the R for?
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Okay, my name is Akinboye Rukaya Titilayo.
Okay, Rukayat. Beautiful. All right,
Okay,
let's have you. So what do you do? What are the challenges you're facing at the moment? Business case study. I didn't get that.
Real estate consultant. I'm a realtor.
Real estate consultant and realtor. Okay. Of course, I know what you sell properties, you sell land, you sell all of you.
Yeah.
All right. So what challenges are you currently facing in your business?
Majorly generating leads.
Generating leads. Okay. Any other one?
I think that's the major one, generating leads. Then
all right, beautiful.
And also making sales, because
making sales, of course, after leads is making sales. Obviously, you want to convert your leads to buying customers and all of that. All right. Do you have a business name, or let's use can use an hypothetical name?
Name.
Okay, what's your business name? I didn't get that, please come again.
Land Ferry Properties.
Land Ferry. Oh, Land Ferry Properties. All right. Beautiful. Okay, now let's use Land Ferry Properties as a case study. Land Ferry Properties is a real estate consultant and realtor. The challenges they have at the moment, they want to generate leads, they want to make sales, of course, make money and all of that. Okay, let's go to ChatGPT, for instance, and bring back our personal prompting now. So there are two ways we'll go about this. We would make ChatGPT act as the owner of this company, first of all, and then we'll make it act as maybe a salesperson in the company. You understand? So we come here now and say, you are the CEO. Sorry, ChatGPT is taking your position today, so you can rest.
Okay, I wanted to ask that challenge. I still had that.
Okay, add more. Let's add more.
Okay, let me bouncing back. After childbearing. So before now, I used to create content, do a lot of things. So, but after the pregnancy and giving birth, I've just been a kind of on hold.
Beautiful. This is the kind of example I love. So now you understand. Now let's put it to play in terms of context, in terms of personnel, in terms of now let me put it here first. So the personnel now, let me increase my screen. Who is the personnel now? We're doing this together. It's not just Madam Akinboye, all of us. I believe everybody's still with me. If you're still with me, let me. So this is a
sir.
practical business case study, right? And we're going to do this for the next 30 minutes or more. Then we can take question and answer afterwards. But whatever it is we are doing here now, you can also apply it in your own context. You understand? In your own area, in your own endeavor. So who is the persona now? The persona is a CEO of a real estate company. What is the context? You know, you can be a CEO, just like the example I gave at the beginning when somebody said they use a CV to apply for several jobs. If I call for CEO of real estate companies in Lagos, I'm sure I'll get 100 more people. You understand? Everybody can be a CEO of a real estate company. But the context now is different. The context now is, this is a new mom. A new mom. Because this one now changes the narrative. You are not just the CEO of a real estate company. You are a new mom who wants to bounce back after childbearing. That has changed the context. So we have challenges. Okay, let me not do double. These are the challenges already. There's no point recreating them. Now let's go to AI and see. Like I said, we'll use it in two ways now. One, as a CEO. Two, as, let's say you employ a salesperson or a marketer, like we call it, marketer.
It's about,
you understand?
It's about
So the marketer now is not a new mom. The marketer is a marketer, and our own job is to do this, to solve the problem. You understand? Let's say why the new mom was nursing her baby. That was when they employed you. Your job is generate leads, make sales, and let's move. All right, so now let's get this out. You are the CEO of Land Ferry Properties. We have knocked that out. That's level one. A new mom. That changes the context. Who wants to bounce back after childbearing? You have the following challenges. These are your challenges. Right? If I hit enter now, first it will understand the context. Got it? You are the CEO of Land Ferry and a new mom, ready to bounce back after childbearing. Your biggest challenges right now are one, generating leads and making sales. So now you can see it's taking me back to that chain of thoughts that I explained earlier. Let me go back to where I spoke about the chain of thought prompt. You get, it's not an instruction prompt. Now, I didn't just come here and say, you are the CEO of this, do this. No. Give it a context. Let it understand the context. Now, it has understood the context. So what kind of leads are you targeting? You see now, it's now, Madam Akingboye, right? Am I correct? You see now, it's now giving you new questions now. This was what we brought up before. So the next thing now is, before we talk about solving our challenges, we cannot, everybody in Lagos is not our customer. What kind of leads are we targeting?
Home buyers and investors.
Are we looking for, exactly, home buyers? Are we looking for renters? Are we looking for investors? So now we can now answer it and say, we are looking for home buyers and investors. Chain of thoughts, you can see. Next thing, okay, perfect. Home buyers and investors are distinct groups. So you will want to tailor your approach to each. Let's move on. Strategies. Already give you this strategies. For home buyers, he's telling you local, like Nigeria Property Center. I'll actually send you this document after now, so that it's not play. You see that it's not play. We are actually solving important problems. So strategies now. First, we are saying we will list our properties on Property Pro. Property Pro is a property listings. Do you currently use Property Pro?
Yes. Okay. Property.
Exactly.
Yes.
Nigerian Property Center is also one. Then there are social media groups that you can also list them out. We are changing the thought now. Of course, like you mentioned, social media presence. You used to make, we'll come back to that social media because you used to make content before. Now, because of the rigors of waking up in the night to take care of your child and all of that. Then he's talking about community events. Okay, let's say there are events that you can go to, church events, blah, 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 referral programs where you encourage existing customers to refer their friends. And word of mouth marketing is actually the best marketing in the world. Like, there's no better marketing than saying, go and buy from this person. You understand? So now it broke it down to what's it called? Home buyers, right? People that want to buy homes. Then investors are different. An investor does not necessarily want to buy and live inside the place. He wants to buy, maybe keep for some time and sell, or maybe buy and rent and all of that. So he gave you options for investors. You see that they're a little different because as an investor, you might meet me at a high-level networking session, at a golf session, or whatever. You understand? That's where you meet people that have money to invest. There's a place you meet them. You understand? You don't meet them at breakthrough prayers, for instance. Sorry, I said that anyways, but yeah, but you get the logic. I mean, you don't meet somebody that has. If you want to meet investors, you meet them at golf courses, meet them at on yacht cruises in Ikoyi and all of that. You understand? Because that's by the way. So making sales now, you see, it's streamlined it to also making sales. Use CRM tools like this. But now, like I said, like I answered before to my brother that asked about AI making mistakes. The fact that AI gave you this does not mean take it hook, line, and sinker and just swallow it like that. Now let's go back now to say, okay, fine. You have given me this. This is okay. The next line of action is that I want to improve my social media presence. Yeah, like you mentioned, I want to improve my social media presence. You might not have a social media manager or a social media assistant, but now you have an assistant in AI. You are my social media assistant. Come up with a content calendar for the rest of May. Today is 17th. The rest of May now. Are you still with me, madam? You see, he's thinking. You understand? Aha, beautiful. So now, because you are a busy mom who just finished giving birth and you now want to bounce back, you can see that the kind of content is giving you on Saturday 17th, which is today now. Welcome back, reel. Make 15 seconds video of you holding who?
Baby.
Who are you holding? You are holding baby and a laptop, Abi. And then you are telling the world that what? New mom is back in action. You understand? We are back like we never left. You understand? So with that, everybody knows that, oh, Madam Rukayato was on maternity leave. That was why we have not heard from her in a long time. But now she's back. And let me give you the typical Nigerian response. If you make this post today, or maybe not today, maybe tomorrow, maybe on Monday, you will get more engagements than you will usually get. Do you know why?
Yes, sir. I'm with you, sir.
Do you know why you will get more engagements than you usually get if you happen to make this post?
Yeah, I feel when a baby shows up in the video and they're like, oh,
exactly.
Yeah,
there is baby in the picture. So even people that will see your post and waka pass before, now sees baby, they will tell you congratulations. That's the good thing about Nigerians. We're very, very, very nice people, very wonderful people. So even if I don't like what you're selling, even if I don't like your face, I have seen baby, I will greet you, congratulate. So actually make the post, not if you understand. Like I said, I'll send you this. I'll send you these documents so that I'll send it to Bro Rotimi. Bro Rotimi can get it across to you. So now, social media, we have tackled social media. Now you want to bounce back on social media. This is what to do on social media. You might not post it today. You started on 17 because I told you to start to give me content for the rest of May. So now we are ready to bounce back. Gary baby, just do a 15 seconds video, very short video, nothing much. Hi everyone, I was on maternity leave. Now I am back, ready to give you the best property deals in Lagos, Wall Street. Congratulations, 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 and all of that. Even Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or whatever social media you're using, we know that, oh, something has happened. You are back. You understand? Then can you see me properly?
I can hear you very well, sir.
Beautiful, beautiful. Then the next day, might not be 17th, but I mean, the next day, come again, or maybe another day. How much do I need for my first home? Answer the question, put it online. DM guide me. DM or send me a DM. Before you know it, you are like, you have like a lot
Getting
of,
back on the
you understand? You are back, you're getting back. How many minutes did it take us to get this calendar?
Few seconds.
Beautiful. So you have a calendar for the rest of, May. If you take it serious, we'll still be in this class the rest of May, Abi. I should think so, yeah. Let's do this, Abi. Let me make it a checklist actually, so that you can be checking it while you are doing it. If you take this serious for the rest of May, I promise you that your social media will grow drastically. And we always say in Yoruba that a child or baby is a blessing, and baby would actually be a blessing because baby's face on your video would have given you a lot of engagements here and there. Do you understand? So that is social media out of it. So now that we have tackled social media, let's proceed. Okay, yeah, so those strategies for home buyers. We have looked at strategies for social media. Okay, now let's say I also want to generate leads and I have zero. Okay, I don't have a budget for now. I don't have a budget for now. Okay, if you want to generate leads, you can run ads on social media and all of that. So come up with now let me bring in the elements I spoke about earlier. I mentioned that give it a structure, show it what you want. So now I can tell you, come up with a 10-item checklist on what I need to do to start generating organic lead. Organic leads are leads that you did not pay for. You didn't run ads, you didn't do anything. You just got them organically. Okay, now. So it has come up. It gave me a checklist. Why? Because I asked it to give me a checklist. You understand? If I had told it to give me something else, you can see, come up with a 10-item checklist. It gave me a checklist and it will be 10 items. You understand? So let's copy all this and put it on your documents again. You see, it's even added extra tip. I'll show you the tip now. Organic lead generation. Extra tip, use Google Sheets or Notion to track lead name. I know you already have a tool you use for tracking names of your leads already. Am I correct? If you have a tool, you can use Google Forms, you can use Google Sheets. All right, now let's look at it. Let's look at what you generated together. One, land ferry properties, buy and invest in homes. Value P, affordable homes, flexible payments, free inspection. That is if you offer free inspection. Contact button or WhatsApp link, location keywords. That's the locations you serve. Ibejuleki, Lagos, Ikorodu, wherever it is. That's one. Two, there's something we call a lead magnet. A lead magnet, just like a magnet, is something that magnets or that attracts leads to you. If you want to generate me as a lead, there is something you should give me for me to be attracted to you. So you can come up with a short document, which you can even also make with ChatGPT. So for instance, let's say you want this as a lead magnet now. 10 mistakes first buyers make. Come back to AI again and say or let's say act as a realtor in Lagos. Write a short article on this. He's thinking. Beautiful. I know you're a realtor, right? So you can checkmate. Skipping pre-approval, is that a mistake that buyers make?
Yes, one needs to seek approval before you just
beautiful.
buy
So you see, it's right. Ignoring total cost, is that another mistake?
Of course, because when you now hear that the land is
trusting, beautiful. I just why I'm asking you is because I want you to checkmate AI.
1 million.
Exactly. Oh, the reason why I'm asking you is that I want you to checkmate the response. Since you are a professional in the field, you know these things. So trusting verbal promises, is that also a mistake? CFO is in progress. Yeah. For instance, there was a time I also wanted to acquire a property. I had to go and learn a lot about, because there is CFO, there is government consent, there is deed of Kiniko, there is this, and everybody is promising you this land. Then one day you hear that government is demolishing some people's houses, and they bought those houses or they bought those lands from real estate companies. So I had to become a real estate. Thankfully, I have AI and all the likes at my disposal. So I had to understand what is CFO, what is governor's consent, what is deed of this one, what is Omonile. There's one that Omonile can actually village, whatever, that is the village that gave you consent. But tomorrow, all land belongs to government per law.
Yes.
So whether village give you or Monile give you, someone look and come tomorrow and collect your land, and there is nothing you will do about it. We have generated this now as a lead magnet. Let me copy it out. Open Google. I'm sure you are very familiar with Google Docs. You know how to use Google Docs, Abi?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Beautiful. Open a Google Docs document. Simple as ABC. Paste this in there. Say, bring your business name. Land Ferry Properties. I'll also share this one with you. Land Ferry Properties. Yeah, that's, I mean, we're here we're not here to play. I'd rather be playing golf somewhere or doing something else here in your town, or painting with my daughter is an artist, so I spend my Saturdays painting with my daughter most of the time. So if I ignore my daughter and I am here, it must be worth it. You understand? Even though I will go back after now, but let me show you my daughter's Instagram page. She's a 5-year-old artist. This is my daughter. You can see her name is Ariana Ogunmola. You can see we'd rather be somewhere playing golf or something instead of me coming to teach art here. Instead of me coming to also, sorry, I'm digressing.
Wow.
That you can see that's my daughter. She's an artist. So I spend my Saturdays painting. So anything that will not make me do my painting assistant work, rather be worth it. All right, so Land Ferry Properties, 10 mistakes buyers make before buying land. Abi, blah, blah, blah. Put this now. Go and say, file, export to PDF. You have a lead magnet. Go on your WhatsApp, go on your Facebook, go on your Instagram and say, I have a document of 10 mistakes first-time buyers make before they buy land in Lagos. Open Google Sheet, Google Form, or Google anything at all. You can even tell them to chat you on WhatsApp to get it. This is my WhatsApp number. Chat me up on WhatsApp to get the document. What have you done? Lead generation. Because yes, of course, not everybody that chats you up would buy land eventually, you understand? But you have anybody that is interested in a document that is about mistakes that home buyers make. Logically, we think they are also interested in maybe that. I mean, if you don't want to buy a house, or if you don't want to buy a home, or if you are not interested in buying a home, you will not be interested in a lead or rather a magnet, a lead magnet about buying properties will not interest you if you are not somebody that is interested in buying properties. You understand what I mean? Post this on your Facebook, post it on your Twitter. Okay, Twitter is for angry birds. I mean, no. Post it on Instagram, because if you post on Twitter, the average Twitter person is interested in arguing with you about what you have written than learning from you. on Facebook, post it on WhatsApp. Oh, I have a document about 10 mistakes that buyers make in Lagos, first-time home buyers make. Chat me up on WhatsApp to get the documents. Simple funnel, simple interaction, no special tools. No, you can go special. You can have a Google form somewhere where they will fill up the form, and when they fill up the form, you send them the documents and all of that. But that's going too far. Simple as ABC. Hi guys, are back now from childbearing and all of that, from maternity leave. I'm back with a banger. I have a document, 10 mistakes that first-time buyers make in Lagos. Chat me up on this line on WhatsApp and I'll send it to you. As they are chatting you up and you are saving their number, madam, what are they? What do you call them in business?
Yeah, that's lead generation.
That's leads, exactly. So, and everything you have done so far, including your magnets, how much have you spent?
Nothing has been spent.
Oh, exactly. Nothing has been spent. So you understand how AI is making these things happen. So we have tackled social media calendar. We have tackled a way to generate lead generation. I said we will work 2 ways. So now let's go and act as a marketer. Now I am not the CEO. I'm just somebody that was employed as a marketer. Hey, GPT, you have just been employed as a marketer for a real estate. So, Madam, let me get you, Madam Rukayat, right? Has employed you now. You are now a marketer now. You are no longer a Pastor GPT. You are a marketer for land properties, a real estate company in Lagos. You understand? You are putting context. You understand? Which personnel? A marketer. Marketer, is it in ShopRite? No. Is it in Chicken Republic? No. Marketer for a real estate company. You understand? What is your job? And watch the responses. Your job is to generate leads and make sales. Don't tell it to do anything yet. We are trying to change the thoughts. First, you want it to understand his new job, his new personnel. So ChatGPT, we have employed you now. You are now Madam Rukayat's employee. You are a marketer. And your job is to generate leads and make sales. Watch the response. Okay, got it. Objective, generate high quality leads, convert them to customers for Land Ferry, a real estate company in Lagos. If you remember, if you notice, we didn't ask it to do anything, no, you understand? We just gave it his job. It came with immediate game plan. First 30 days of work, it has already hit the ground running. Though not like Tinubu hit his own ground running, you know. The day Tinubu became president, all of us started running. He was supposed to be the one to hit the ground running. But all of us, because I was watching, sorry, I hope there's no pro Tinubu. Sorry, I'm teaching artificial intelligence, you understand? I'm not a politician, I don't identify as one. But the first day Tinubu entered government, we started running. Let me give you my own personal example. I was in my house watching the inauguration. When I heard subsidy is gone, I quickly ran out with my car and my jerry cans of fuel to go and fill up at 185. By the time I got to the closest filling station, they too have heard the news. The fuel I bought for 185 on Saturday became 200 and something. From there, it went to 1,000 plus before Dangote came back and brought it to 800 and something. So that's by the way. So I'm just saying that AI has hit the ground the year Tinubu became president. All right, so Madam Rukaya, this is your employee now, giving you his own action points or our action points, depending on the gender you want. Targets: primary, middle income and high income Lagosians, working class professionals, business owners, and Nigerians in diaspora. Obviously, they have Forex. Real estate investors, land banking, blah, blah, blah. Create irresistible offers. We will need lead magnets that drive action. You can see, buy land, get free deed. Flexible payment plan, 50K monthly. Limited promo, this and this. Get land, build later. Lead generation channels, WhatsApp marketing, Facebook groups, Instagram, this, LinkedIn, paid. That's if you want to pay, target ads and all of that. So you can see now that it gave out, you can see that the response it gave you was different as a CEO than this response now. This is giving a response like you are a marketer, which I will also keep in that document. So let's say you have a staff now. Your staff can also leverage AI. And matter of fact, like I mentioned last week, some of the questions I get whenever people hear I'm an AI, whatever, is that, Baba Alpha, will AI take my job? And my answer has always been the same. It is not AI that will take your job. Can somebody remind me the answer I gave last week?
Yes, it is those who are using AI that will take your job.
Exactly. So now, if a real estate marketer comes to ask me now that, Baba, will AI take my job? No, it's not ChatGPT that will take your job. ChatGPT is just a software. The person that will take your job is this real estate marketer who has learned how to use ChatGPT. So Madam Rukayat has employed this person. Instead of sitting down in the office and waiting for what Madam will tell us to do, he has gone to AI with an immediate game plan and come back as, okay, Madam, for the next 30 days, this is what we will do. We will create offers. You understand? We will generate leads via WhatsApp, daily broadcasts, testimonials, via Facebook groups, via this. We'll have a sales funnel where we'll give people, here you can see, lead magnet again, free land investment PDF, free site inspection, whatever it is. If you want to get the lead magnet, chat us up on WhatsApp. When you chat us up, we save your number. Abi, next, we start sending you, of course, not very intrusive ones, because personally, if you send me too many messages, I'll block you. You understand? You'll not be able to send me. I can't wake up to 10 messages from you, and what you're trying to do is sell me land. You understand? I mean, you get. So, I mean, strategically sent, messages. You understand? Content plan. You have a content plan already. So what do we want to do? How 1.2 million plots became 7 million. That's, of course, not lies now. Like, if you have like those kind of testimonials, I know land can grow, drastically if you have it. Like, there are lands we acquired for as less as 250,000 back in the days that are now worth millions because development has happened. So, Madam Rukaya, I believe with this viewpoint of mine, you have enough action. If you actually take this document, and my work as a consultant, what I've done for you now is called is what we call consultation. If you had come to me as a real estate company and you wanted my consultation, I would have charged you a few 7 figures. And what I have done here now, maybe I'll add extra. Of course, I'll put my letter header, I'll put my name, all my suffixes, LFIMD, DFISS, DNFA, FIFA, whatever. So that when I charge you the 7 figures, you will not question me, because you see Dr. Oluwaseun Ogunmola, DFIM, LFIM, WAC, NTA, AIT, and I charge you a few like 7 figures. You say no problem, sir. Thank you very much for helping us to do this. I will even tell you I'm giving you discount, maybe 10% discount, but it will still fall back to 7 figures, and you will pay me and you will thank me. So, madam, you can see how we have used AI to. So I'll share this now with. I think I should still have Bro Rotimi's email. Okay, if I don't have it, I'll get it from him. I'll share it with him so you get access to it. I've interfaced with him a couple of times. So I'll share this with him. He can get it to you at your convenience. And I would implore you to actually take those actions and see the difference in your business. Since this is a church event, we might also take testimonials or testimony. Okay, that's the difference between church and corporate world. In church, it is testimony. In the corporate world, it is testimonials. You understand? So we can take either testimony or testimonials, whichever way you want it, so that we'll see what AI has done in your business in 1 month or less than 1 month, because we started today. Let's see what it has done between now and the end of May. I believe that's that for that. So what I've done so far and what you have seen me do is something you can. You're welcome, madam. You're welcome. Thank you for also volunteering. You know, in Nigeria, people don't like volunteering until somebody raises up their hand, and every other person will start raising up their hand. So what I've done so far is something you can also apply in your own context, in your own business. Give it a personnel. Let me go over what I've taught so far. Give it a personnel. Act as a this. Act as a this. You are a this. Give it a context. Okay, act as a real estate marketer. You are now the staff of so company. This is your task. This is your job description. Just give it that way first. Don't tell it to do anything. Just give it that. It would come back to you and say, okay, now that I understand this, that is the chain of thought prompt. Don't just say, act as a this, write this. Yet, it should give you an answer, but you will not get the answer you should have gotten. You understand? If you allow it to think. It's just like you coming to me and say, you are an AI expert. Tell me what AI can do. Of course, I will tell you what AI can do. AI can do this, can do that, can do that. But if you come and tell me, Baba, I know you are an AI expert. This is what I do. Can you tell me what I can achieve with AI? That's a different prompt. You understand? The way I will answer you will be different from telling me you are an AI expert. Tell me what AI can do. Of course, I'll tell you what AI can do and I'll move on. You understand? But if you ask me a separate question, the way I'll answer you will be different. The quality of your questions, the quality of your prompts will also determine the quality of the kind of answers you get. You understand? And allow you to think. You know, if you notice now, it's thinking, maybe because of the way I use my own. If I ask you the question now, let me ask you very complex. What is immunobiology, for instance? I don't even know what immunobiology is, but I want to show you something now. You see, to tell you thinking first, thinking, you can see it's thinking. Now it can think. It's not just answering from a database. It can think. Even me, I don't know what immunobiology is. I just asked it something complex so that it can think and give me answers. You understand? All right. This is 2:50. Let's take the remaining 10 minutes. The spirit of a prophet should be subject to the prophet. So if you're supposed to be finished by 3 o'clock, no matter how spiritual you are, no matter what your spirit is saying, any spirit that makes you finish after 3 is a late coming spirit. All right. So let's take 10 questions for the next 10 minutes. If you have any questions, any observations, any reservations, I also like arguments. Arguments allow us to exchange ideas. All right, I can see Akoni Olufemi up. Go ahead, please. Just raise up your hand. I will take you in the order. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon. Yeah.
I want to say thank you, sir. Your teaching method is such a fantastic one. No dull moment.
Thank you very much for that. Thank you.
This is my first time. The first lecture I could not join. However, I even joined late today. But for like 1 hour now, I really enjoyed my stay here, and I think I want to go on and on. The question: when you give a prompt to the AI, ChatGPT, if 10 people give the same prompt, is it going to give the same answer?
Okay, yeah. To answer your question, okay, is that the only question you have before I continue?
Continue, sir. I think I have other.
Okay, I think we put this to a test last week. Are you on your computer currently, or are you on ChatGPT at the moment?
I'm on the road, so I'm just using my
okay. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, because we actually put this to it. You might request for the video of the first class. I'll answer your question, but you request for the video of the first class so that you can watch it. We put it to a test last week, and I think I did an experiment where I used the same prompt that somebody else also used in the class, and it gave us different answers. Why did it give us different answers? Because it has learned from me over the course of our interactions. So the way it will answer me will be different from the way it will answer you. Why? Because it's ChatGPT, yes, but it's interacting with each of us. It's learning from us. I am an IT professional, for instance. You might not be an IT professional. So if we ask the same prompt, the same question, the way to answer us will be different because of the context of who we are. So if you want to answer me a question, now, if I would have loved if you are on ChatGPT or something, so that I'll give you a prompt. We'll take the prompt together. I'll punch it in at my own end of the table. You punch it in at your own end of the table. Then you will see the difference in the answers. It will answer you relative to its interaction with you and what it has learned over the course of its interaction with you. So to answer a question in one sentence, two people can give the same prompt, same sentence, same prompt, and they will get different results. Why? Because the data that the AI has acquired from you over the course of your interactions is different. I believe I've answered your question.
Yes, sir. Very well.
Beautiful. Oluwaseun, go ahead, please. I'm taking it in the order of the way I'm seeing the names here. Oluwaseun, go ahead, please.
Okay. Yeah, thank you very, very much. Another interesting stuff. Maybe after today, by the time we come again next week, I'll share another testimony of how we can apply today. All right, thank you very much.
Very well.
Mine is not a question. I just is a request. If the template that you did for the real estate stuff can be shared across, such that would be like a template for everybody in terms of how you can interact with the ChatGPT in terms of the persona that you mentioned.
Actually,
take for example.
Okay, actually, you don't. Sorry for breaking in. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, all right.
Go ahead, please.
So the reason I'm saying is that, for example, someone who is into food or someone who is into maybe buying and selling can look at that and probably be like a guide for the person, because our level of intellectual differs, because the way we might coin our questions to ChatGPT informing a persona might be different from each other. But once I can read a template of what you have probably done, which ordinarily, if you want to do that very correct, you would have charged a lot of amount of money, can be like a template where everybody can now be using going forward. So it's like a request, if that can be made across for everyone. That's just my contribution. Thank you. Thank you very much once
very
again.
well.
I really
Okay, so first of all, I've shared the document with Bro Rotimi Shonde, so you can make it available to everybody. But what I was even about saying is you don't need a template per se, because that's the mistake a lot of people make. I mean, I see a lot of come and buy prompt template and all of that. You don't need a template. What you need is understanding of the fundamental principles of how these things work. Once you understand, since we are in a church setting, let me use an example. It's like me saying, oh, you know, Jesus actually gave us a sample prayer, a template to pray. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. You understand? And some denominations still use that every other day for prayers. But how many of us still use, anytime you want to pray in the morning or once you wake up, you want to do your morning devotion, what you pray is, our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come. Anybody yet? You get. So what I'm trying to say in essence is that, well, I'm using that as an example because I know you can relate to that easily. What I'm trying to say in essence, what Jesus gave us, the template Jesus gave us was for us to know how to pray. Like when the disciples say, teach us to pray. Sorry, I'm not this AI class. I'm not doing Bible study. Let me not digress. So when he said, teach us how to pray, aka give us a template, he gave them the template. But the purpose of the template is, one, reference God, our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth. 2, acknowledge that you are a sinner. Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us, right? 3, make your request. Give us this day our daily bread, and add maybe sardine to it and moi moi or akara or something. Do you understand? So summary of what I'm trying to say in essence is that, yes, I'll give you the template, but beyond the template, just understand the principles. Hey, ChatGPT, I want you to act like this. This is what I want you to do. This, you understand? Imagine it like a friend that is very intelligent. How would you talk to that your friend? The way I even prompt my own GPT is a little different. Like, I think I showed you some samples last week. You understand? So you can get to that point where GPT Baba Alpha, I beg, I want to run this thing. Oh. And to answer you, you get, I mean, let's put it to test now. All the while I've been speaking grammar, right? Let me open a new tab. GPT, my guy. Alpha. I did can't pay my guy. How you did? What's popping, right? I beg, I need urgent 1 million now. How I fit make am? Bro, Tosin, would I have given you these templates?
I'm actually following what you're doing. Thank you very much.
You understand?
Yeah.
You get. So
Yeah.
the idea is understand the principles. So I can do this because I've related with it over the course of, I don't want to say years, but over the couple of conversations and all of that. It's like my assistant. Every day I work, I use AI here and there. So I did can't pay what's pop. Okay, I need not just 1 million now. Okay, liquidate asset you already get. You understand? He's telling me what to sell. I should go and sell one of my phones or on my laptop. I should post it on GG, you understand? 24 hours, I will sell them, you understand? Or pre-sale value, you understand? Offer something in design, offer this, offer that, you understand? You get, so you understand? So what I'm trying to say in essence is that, yes, you have the template. I already shared with them, bro, to me. But beyond templates, just like Jesus gave us templates to pray, but now we pray our own different ways. I mean, some do fall down by fire, some do, you understand? So that's the idea. Get the concept, get the idea, then you can use it. I mean, in product management, there's something we call user tailorability. User tailorability is I can make a product and give it to a user, but the user will tailor it to their own use, such that that product in the hands of 10 users will be used in different contexts. Do you understand? Like this water bottle now is supposed to be a water bottle that every other person use. But for me, it's an herbs bottle. If I open it, you don't want to see what is inside. I have cinnamon, I have turmeric, I have ginger. I'm sure the owner, the creator of this bottle would not have imagined the kind of way I'm using it currently. So the goal is take the tool, use it away from template. Yes, you get the template, but away from the template, use your own best abilities. I don't want to run beyond 3, but let me take the 2 hands and raise up. Bro, can you go ahead?
Thank you very, very much. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Actually, I will be personal at this moment. For me,
yeah,
I have not gotten the last slide. So I believe, like you said, we are going to get this other one too. And we want to appreciate you
while we're on this call, so let me just do that. Don't worry, go ahead, please. Go ahead. I'm just trying to export it so that I don't forget. My attention span is very short. Once I leave here now, I'm going to do something else and I might forget. Go ahead,
no,
please.
just
go ahead.
To appreciate you for all you have been doing so far.
Looks like your own job is vote of thanks, yeah. Thank you very much for appreciating me. I'm grateful. All right, Dr. Ketri, let's take you for the last question.
Good afternoon, Dr. Shu.
Hi, good afternoon, Doc. I think we have about 2 minutes to go, please. So let's move as fast as possible.
Okay. I just want to ask, can ChatGPT or can it teach step by step on how to install machines or tools? Like I've been having issues installing Kali Linux for a while, And then, yeah,
Okay.
just as you're talking, I just felt maybe I could put it and I'll be able to step by step do it on my own.
Very well, yeah. I was going to ask what type of tool, but the moment you mentioned Kali Linux, I mean, you have answered my question. Yes, ChatGPT can teach you how to. Let me see if I can share my screen again. I work in IT and I use ChatGPT every day. What version of Kali Linux I want to install Kali Linux? Can you give me a step-by-step guide on how to do this? So you can see it's already giving you all the. Let me share this with you so that you can just go. You can take it from here and proceed with it. Have I answered your question, Dr. Ketrin?
Yes,
I think we have about 2 minutes
sir.
to go on the call or so. I'm going to share the link with either on the chat right away, or if I can't get it on the chat, I would share it with Bro Rotimi, who can get it across to you also. All right. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you for having me. It's always a privilege to be here. Take your lessons that you have learned, practice, and because it's not just enough to learn. I shared the quote last week, the man who cannot read and the man who can read but does not read is there is no difference actually. So the local farmer